Hey guys, let's see. Waiting for this broadcast to start. And as soon as I see the broadcast is going, I'm going to teach you some real cool basic stuff about cryptocurrency. So let me check this really quickly here. We are live. All right. Awesome. I think we're live. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to keep this relatively short. Here's the reason I'm doing this is that I have a lot of people asking me how they can get money into cryptocurrency, but they don't understand what it looks like in like the top-down view. It's actually very, very simple, and I'm going to draw it out for you and explain exactly how this world works. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I forgot to tell you my name. My name is Jason Crypto Cardamone. So now that we got that out of the way, now I'm really going to tell you the reason I'm doing this video is because when I first got into Bitcoin, the price was about $700 per Bitcoin. Now today, people would kill for that, right? Well, here's the problem is that because I didn't know what I'm about to show you within about 2 minutes, and I mean the whole thing's going to be done in 2 minutes. I didn't know what I'm about to show you, and I spent months when I could have gotten Bitcoin about 400, but instead I waited until 700, and that cost me a lot of money. So instead of you costing a lot more money because it's confusing and overwhelming because it's a brand new world, it's supposed to feel like that. I'm going to break it down very simple right now. So let me flip my screen over here, and we're going to go for it. So here's exactly how this works. All right. So you have what's called fiat currency, and especially if this draws nicely for me, and that may be in like US dollars, it might be in like euros or any other fiat currency in the entire world. It doesn't matter what it is. What you're trying to do is to take this and to turn that into something called cryptocurrency. Now, to turn it into that and for you to be able to access that and get your hands on it, there's a couple things that have to happen. First, your money has to go through what's called an exchange, EXCH. So a crypto exchange. Now there's many of these and some of them, some examples, and I'll have tutorials and all kinds of stuff for you. But one of the more famous, one of the more big ones, and it's not in all countries, but it's in most countries around the world. It's Coinbase. That's an example of a crypto exchange. And so what happens is an exchange's job is to grab your fiat money coming in the one door, whatever that is, and it does this magical transformation, and it basically turns it into Bitcoin. But that's not where you keep your Bitcoin. That's just like imagine a black box and something goes in one side here, but then what comes out the other side, this is an actual amount of Bitcoin, and it might be 0.000 or whatever. It might be 2,000 Bitcoins, whatever you're dealing with here. But now something else has to happen, and this part's really important. You have to store your Bitcoin into a wallet, and this is where Bitcoin is held. So just like you might have a wallet in your pocket, just like I have a wallet, right? I don't know if you can see this, but I have a wallet right here, $100 fiat bills right there, and that's a wallet, right? Well, the version of that online where you keep your Bitcoins, it's a wallet. But here's where people get confused. Many exchanges like Coinbase, they actually act like a wallet. They also act like an exchange. Coinbase is both an exchange and a wallet for Bitcoin. And so now that that's cleared up, an exchange is just a magical place to turn fiat money into Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency. And an exchange, by the way, guys, and also if you need to go from any wallet in the world, you have to go back through an exchange. You have to go through an exchange to turn it back into fiat money out here. So an exchange just turns fiat money into cryptocurrency or cryptocurrency into fiat money. It can go both ways. So it's like this. The arrows go both ways in an exchange. So how do you get money back out? You're going to grab money from a wallet. Or how do you get cryptocurrency and turn it into fiat currency? You grab a wallet, you send it through an exchange, and you turn it into the fiat currency of your choice. Now, we're not done. This is one place you can store cryptocurrency. I don't recommend that you keep your money at Coinbase or any of the exchanges because they're not very safe. There's one of two things I'm going to recommend you do with this money from here. We have number one. We have number two. And I know this doesn't look like a good arrow at all. So we're going to just redo this whole arrow right here. That's more like an arrow. So now we have, I just thought of something really cool. We're going to do it like this. You're going to watch my amazing drawing skills, and we're going to draw. That's supposed to be a lock. I'm kind of running into the edge of the screen here. Let's see if I can grab this a little bit. Oh, there we go. Well, I don't want you to lose too much of the other stuff. Let's go like this. Go back to my pin. And this is a lock because your money is much better over here. Now, it's not a shopping bag. It's actually a lock over here. So what you really want to do is grab your cryptocurrency out of your wallet. And if you're just storing it for long term and you just want to keep it, I want you putting it into what's called cold storage, CS. Now, a really good example of this, and I should probably go become an affiliate so I can make money for referring this out to you. It is a Trezor, and I will actually show you. This is an example of a hardware wallet, which is cold storage, and I'm never far. Oops, sorry about that noise, guys. This right here, let me see if I can get the camera to focus. You can kind of see that. That is a Trezor. There we go. That right there is a Trezor. And it has a little connection on the bottom here. And you can connect this into a computer and it's completely secure. You can hook it to a phone or a computer and there's all these secret codes you have. And if you don't have both this and the codes together, nobody in the world can get your crypto money stored on here forever. And so, sorry, I'm not used to wearing a hat. I keep hitting the microphone. My apologies for that. So this is crypto storage, or sorry, cold storage over here, CS. And a Trezor, what I just showed you, is an example of that. You can literally just keep your cryptocurrency there for as long as you want, and it's completely safe from everything. You're never going to get hacked into. Obviously, there's some, I'm not going to teach the strategies, but the site itself does a pretty good job. I'm not going to tell you how to store your passwords in your memory, on paper, where to put them in a safe. I mean, we can talk about that in a different video. But at any time, you can take this cold storage, come back through an exchange, and then you can turn your money into fiat currency. And that's just one thing. There's other options to deal with your money in here as well. I'm not going into that. This is an overview video. Now, there's another set of things you can do with your cryptocurrency. Now I'm going to draw that as this was supposed to be a cloud and it actually looks like kind of a scary face. Like it's a scared or sad ghost or something like that. So what it really is, other opportunities. And this is where you can tap into, there's many of these, and that includes different ways, different strategies with other altcoins and other cryptocurrencies. But one of the things you can do is to leverage other experts in the world. Like I have access to companies that have invested 9 figures. I'm talking hundreds of millions of dollars. And what they do is they go out in the world and they do things like crypto mining, CM. And hold on, this is getting super messy. CM. They do things like crypto trading, CT. They do things like crypto arbitrage. Oh, I'm running out of screen here. CA. Imagine that looks like an A. It actually kind of looks like an A. So crypto arbitrage, trading, mining, and you don't even have to know what those are, but you have to realize there's entities and companies and people in the world that have done trading in Forex and other things and in cryptocurrency. They literally make millions of dollars a month with or without you. and you can actually tap in. You can give them some of your Bitcoin, leverage what they do, and they will give you back a return on your money. This is an area I really love to help people with once they understand these basics and they have some of their fiat money and it's in the game. Because a good example, and I'll teach you some strategies, what you can do with some different examples. But some of the things you can do, imagine what if you took one Bitcoin, BTC 1.0, and what if after 4, 5, 6 months, you give it to this kind of a thing and they go do their magic on it? What if they turn it into 1.4 BTC and you didn't have to do anything? And they're keeping it secure and everything for you, and they just give it back to you after those 4, 5, 6, 7 months. They give it back to you. Now you have 1.4 Bitcoin instead of 1.0. Now you can take that and you can put it into cold storage, or you could take the 0.4, put it into cold storage. You could take the 1 and go replay again. There's so many varieties, and I can teach you a million things, but just realize that opportunity exists. And in fact, I'll put links below I'll put a link below for Trezor. I'll put a link so you can check out some things on Coinbase and any trainings I have around that. I'll give you a link on how to multiply Bitcoin and how to do some things. But here's some strategies I really want you to think about. Imagine in your wallet here, let's say you have 10 Bitcoin. Now, whether that seems like a huge amount with where you're at in life, it could also be, you could have 0.01 Bitcoin. The numbers don't matter. This is a representation. So if you have 10 Bitcoin, some people's strategy is going to be put 10 into cold storage and just leave it there and watch what happens. Some people's strategy is going to be put 10 down into opportunities and turn it into 14 or much, much more. And by the way, this is just an example of 1 to 1.4, guys. I'm doing this, a version of this, where I put in about 1.5 and I already have, it's about to, a month in, it's already spit out 4 Bitcoin. And it will spit out about a lot in the coming months, a lot. And so I'm showing you there's other opportunities out there, but there's also, here's some more strategy, because you may say, well, this is risky because I have to trust these guys. And yeah, I can, trust me, I'm not messing around with my Bitcoin and giving it to people who don't know what they're doing, but you can do your due diligence with that. But I want you to imagine something. What if you did a different strategy? You take your 10 Bitcoin. What if you put 9 into cold storage? And what if you took 1 down into this just to play around and test things out? Or let's say you learn a little bit more and you feel a little safer. You're like, you know what? I'm going to take 4 more of these out of cold storage and I'm going to put them down here into this thing. So now I have the 1 from over here that's in, and then I have these other 4 that's in. And because I had 9 here that went in and I took 4 out, we had 9. We took 4 out. Now we have 5 left in our cold storage. And now we have 1 down here and 4 down here. Now we have 5 going to work for us from people who literally are masters. You don't have to buy $70 million worth of mining equipment like they have. You don't have to be a master trader or know how to do crypto arbitrage or have giant companies with tons of lawyers and entities and structures and layering and all the things you have to do to keep things super safe. You don't have to do any of that. You have to do your due diligence and learn about the company and realize there are major opportunities everywhere. But here's what I really want to leave you with in this video. Yeah, I focused on this towards the end here. I don't even want, if that part overwhelms you, forget about it, because that's why I gave you the choice. What if you just take all your Bitcoin here and you just put it all into cold storage? Nobody in the world can hack in it. It's literally proven. It's unhackable unless you give somebody your passwords and you also give them your hard storage device. Now, can a computer be hacked into on like this where it's not stored safely? It's possible. It's completely, in fact, it happens all the time. You can click a wrong button and all of a sudden your Bitcoin is being siphoned out of your wallet and nobody in the world can get it back for you. No entity, nobody in the world. That's how cryptocurrency works. So I'm showing you all of this to help you realize there's something happening within cryptocurrency. And if you look at these trends, let's look at the price of cryptocurrency here, of Bitcoin specifically. I want you to look at the last month. Look at what Bitcoin has done in the last month. It hit its all-time peak right here, 6,137. You guys, I got in this at 700 just a year ago. Only 1 year ago. Can you imagine what this might look like in a year from now? I don't know. Nobody knows for sure, but almost every person in the world believes it's going to be much higher than this. Much, much higher. So just that alone is smart to do with your money. Let's stretch it out 3 months. Wow, huge upward trend. Let's stretch it out a year. Look at this. It holds steady, it builds up. It keeps going, it builds up. It holds steady, builds up. Kind of holds steady, kind of just keeps going up. Is this hockey sticking and going straight up? I don't know. Maybe. And this is literally about when I got in. If we look back here, look, 652, 700. This is what my money has looked like for the stuff I got in back here. I've also gotten other amounts of money over the months there. But here's what's important. You have to, obviously this video is really for someone you already understand what's happening here and you're not still skeptical around the price of Bitcoin. If you are, I have plenty of resources for that too. I did this for you to understand that fiat currency goes into an exchange. An exchange turns it into cryptocurrency. And this example is Bitcoin. The Bitcoin goes stored in a wallet, but you don't want to store it in the wallet of the exchange. So Coinbase is both an exchange. It is also a wallet. I don't recommend you keep your money there. Not at all. I recommend you put your money into cold storage. And if you really understand leveraging other people that are more successful than yourself, like me, then you would also put a percentage of your Bitcoin into other opportunities. And that's up to you to decide. I have friends, colleagues, people around the world. They have 100% of all of their Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is in other opportunities. Other people are growing it for them. I have other people, 100% of their cryptocurrency is in their cold storage. I even know other people who don't listen to trainings like this. Theirs is all in wallets like this, and they're at risk. And it's not a big deal if you're just learning and you have $10 and they're $100. I'm talking about if you have like your whole life financial plan and your net worth is in cryptocurrency or a big percentage of it, you don't want that sitting in a software wallet like this. You want it over into cold storage. Really, if you really want to grow things and multiply and expand, you really want to consider putting some things into some other opportunities. And we have things all over this page that you're on right now. So I hope this is helpful to you. Please feel free to ask questions below. And by the way, let me see if you're on here live, let me see if there are any questions or comments. I don't know if I can tell that. I've actually never done a live like this on my business page before. I'm looking. So it looks like I don't see any comments right now, and that's totally fine. I haven't done a lot, so I don't expect a lot of people are here live, but I do know a lot of people are going to see the replay of this. Now, I know my screen ended up looking very messy here. Here's what I want you to just pound into your long-term memory and keep it there and realize this is just the beginning. And I have countless videos. Some are on this page. Some are all over the place. Some are on the links below this video. This is the very beginning, or maybe above this video. Guys, this is the beginning of Bitcoin. Yes, some people got in way back when it was under $1 or less, and some people got in at $10 and $100. Some people, like me, got in around $650 or $700. Some people got in at $5,000 and $6,000, because I've helped a lot of people get in this in the last few months. And what you need to realize, if you fast forward this chart and we go out a year or 3 years or 5 years from now, these what appear like peaks right now are probably going to look like tiny little blips like way back then. It might even look like things way back here. And Nobody on planet Earth knows exactly where the price is going to go. But there are some very conservative estimates with just a small fraction of the planet into Bitcoin, even just a small fraction of the US alone, much less all the people in the world that can be helped by this. And this price will be much, much, much higher than 6,000. In fact, the most recent article I've seen is that only 1% of people in the United States own Bitcoin. And most other countries around the world are far less than that. So imagine if just 1% of the world owns some Bitcoin. Do you, guys, this is a limited supply, law of supply and demand. It has to go up. It has to go up. And that's so I'm telling you, consider whatever resources you have. And I'm not just talking money in a bank. I want you to think about properties you own, home equity and home. I want you to think about 401ks. I want you to think about multiple bank accounts or things sitting around, extra cars, extra money. I want you to think about money you're wasting on other things. And what could that do if you funnel it into an exchange, get it into a wallet, and either put it to work for you or get it into cold storage or do a combination of both if you want to kind of play safe on both worlds. If you want to play super safe, just throw it all in cold storage. That's the safest play in the entire world. But you're also not going to gain as much. When I can put in 1 month and 2 days, put in about 1.4, 1.5 Bitcoin and spit out 4 or 5 or whatever it's a large amount. And I have other videos that prove all this to you. I would rather do that all day than my 1.4 still sitting in cold storage. So what I did was take it this way because I don't leave things in wallets like that. So, and this is nothing against Coinbase. I love that company. There are countless dozens, and in fact, I think there's hundreds of exchanges and wallets online like this, but there's only a handful of cold storage places. And that's what I'm recommending you do. And so I'll end this video with you and just share. I hope this was helpful to you. I'll be doing a lot more go lives. And if this was helpful and if you learned anything at all, can you please give this a like or a love, a thumbs up, a love? And I would even ask if you would consider sharing this with other people that you care about or sharing this with people you think would benefit from learning the information that you just learned, like on this screen about fiat currencies, exchanges, wallets, cold storage, and other opportunities. So if this is helpful to you, I would love, please at a minimum, give a like or a love onto it. I love the loves too if that's how you are. And it would be a great honor to me if you'd be willing to share this. And because I really want to get this information out to the world, and I really want to help a lot of people to understand what's happening and to get in front of a trend like this. It's very rare in our lifetime to be in front of something like this. So I hope this is helpful. I appreciate you so much. And we will chat with you later. Keep an eye on this page. Like my page. Make sure you bookmark the page. Make sure you check back quite a bit. So we'll see you guys very, very soon. Take care, guys.